going on, everybody? Grim Repair here. Today I'm going to show you how to change the thermostat on your Kia Soul. Tools you're going to need are an 11mm. I have one of these type of ratchets. Makes access a little bit better. This is a 1/4-inch drive with a 6-inch extension. I got a little pair of pliers, a funnel. You need a thermostat gasket, and some coolant. There'll be links in the description to the tools and parts used in the video. If it helps you out, be sure to give it a like. We're going to be working on a cool engine, so let it cool down if it's warm. We're going to remove this. Some of the symptoms you might have of a bad thermostat are engine overheats, your heater does not get hot. You also will have a check engine light giving you a code. And then from the top here, the drain plug to the radiator is right through here. That white thing right there. You can also see it right through here to the front bumper and reach it. I think that's how we're going to probably loosen it. We might do it from the top, but you're gonna have to drain most of your coolant, so you might as well do it over here where you can catch it. I'm gonna take a drain pan. So there's the drain plug. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there, bottom corner of the radiator. Coming at it with a little pair of channel locks, and we're gonna turn it. Counterclockwise. After you get it loose, it turns pretty easily. It's gonna come down like that. Whoa. Alright, don't remove it all the way. It just makes it a little bit more messy. Alright, we're coming from the front. I have a 6-inch extension, an 11mm, and this is a 1/4-inch drive ratchet. It's pretty small, and it also does this, which is pretty helpful. There'll be links down below where you can get one of these. But we're coming in from the bottom here, just so I can show you a little better. You can do it from the top, but thermostat housing is right there, right above the AC compressor. I'm gonna get this, you can't see this bolt from the top, so I'm gonna put the socket on there from the bottom, and then I'll go up top and do it because some coolant's gonna leak out of there. I don't want it in my face, but I'll show you where we are here. That's where the bolt is. For the top, the bottom one is on the opposite side, down below the thermostat. We're gonna move our drain pan over. And grab the socket wrench here. Oops. And it's loose. The top one is anyway. Now we're gonna go 180 degrees across, and we're just gonna feel it. It's kind of on this side of the alternator here. All right, I'm on it. So now I'm gonna try and show you. Coming up from the top here. There's the alternator. We're gonna go down below the alternator, and there's the bolt. Try not to hit the housing while you're removing it. It's plastic, so kind of hold it straight onto that bolt, and it is now loose. And I believe the torque spec on these two bolts is 17 foot-pounds. It's actually a nut, and it's on a stud. There it is. That's the bottom one. Same thing on the top one, I'm sure. not a lot of coolant in these cars. I only had to get 2 gallons. That's going to be more than I need. All right, those are both out. Now we're just going to pull the housing straight out. Be careful with it. Again, it's plastic. All right, now that's out of the way. I can feel the thermostat down there. If you need to see it, you could probably go in from the bottom and actually see it. I'm gonna take the camera down there so you can see it. It looks like that. Just gonna grab it and pull it out. All right, I got these little tiny channel locks. So I'm gonna go down there and grab the thermostat. A pair of Leathermans would probably work pretty good. Those are small. Oh, there it is. And I just grabbed it like this. This little breather here needs to be facing up, so it needs to be toward the top of the engine when we put this back in. Same as your new one, and that you got the gasket. Looks very similar. It may not be exactly the same, but it looks to be like the same height. So there's also a little tab here, so I'm gonna try and index it the same. There's a line on the thermostat here to mark where it goes, but that's the Kia thermostat. This is an aftermarket one, so I don't have a line, but I do have this bump. I'm assuming it's important. Probably lines it up into the engine or the housing somehow. This just goes around the outside. There's no gasket holding this housing together, just this. Just putting that bump there really close to that breather like it is on that one. And I'm feeling the housing side. I don't feel a groove to set this in, so I'm assuming we got to set it into the engine. I do feel a groove in there. Feels pretty clean. You can take a paper towel down there and clean it out, but I can feel it. It feels pretty good. One of the good things about plastic, it doesn't get all rusty. So I'm just gonna slide it down, keeping this breather up top. And there is an indentation down there where this bump goes in the gasket. So make sure that's lined up. Holding it against the engine and twisting it until I can feel it kind of fall into place. I'm gonna go down on the bottom, make sure I got it lined up. It feels like I do. So I'm going to slide the housing back on over those studs. And I'm gonna get these 2 nuts started on both sides. And then we'll tighten them down. I'm not sure if a torque wrench is gonna fit in there, but you can give it a shot. This bottom nut is easier to get on from the top. All right, now we're gonna snug them up. And now that I know where they're at, it's a little easier to get the ratchet on there from the top. Just gonna tighten the top a little bit, then we're gonna go to the other one on the bottom and tighten it a little bit. And I've got it like that underneath of the housing. Handle toward the driver's side. All right, those are good and snug. Going to go fill it up with coolant. Don't forget that. Be careful tightening that back in. Your radiator is also plastic. Now we can add coolant. If you're getting full strength, you need to dilute it with distilled water. Tap water has minerals in it that can cause electrolysis and corrosion. And check your thermostat. Make sure it's not leaking. Always stop in the middle of filling up and check. Don't see any leaks. We're about halfway through the first bottle. You can hear that it's starting to fill up, so that's a good sign. And that's it. Didn't even use the whole bottle. We still got this much left. It will go down a little bit. We got to get all the air bubbles out of there. And to do that, we're going to go inside of it. Don't put this on. Turn the heat on full blast, front and rear. If you have rear, I'm not sure. And just let it warm up. Let that thermostat open up. This level will go down a little. You're going to add more coolant if you need. Don't forget to top off your overflow reservoir if you need. Mine's pretty full, so I'm going to leave it alone. But that's it. High five, you did it. Thanks for watching.